Hi there. Looks like the likes of Safaricom, Jamii Telcom, Zuku, you name it, are about to get stiff competition they have never seen before. And I'm saying so because there is a company called Starlink, which is actually a spin-off from SpaceX by Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. This company called Starlink has actually opened its operations in Kenya. And Starlink is an internet company which is an offset of traditional internet connection ways, because the big companies, name it for example Safaricom, Zuku, Jamii Telcom, all of them use cable for internet connection. But now Starlink uses satellite internet. In other words, their internet is powered from above the Earth's orbit, unlike the other companies who have some form of connection to the fiber optic cables. Guys, this is gonna be a game changer in the Kenya internet space for a few reasons. First of all, the Starlink internet is actually way faster for downloads, uploads compared to any internet in the Kenyan market. Secondly, given its pricing is within the range of what the Kenyan market offers, we could have some people shifting to Starlink. And then thirdly, this is gonna be a game changer for rural parts of Kenya. And I'm saying so because given this particular internet type is powered from the satellite, in other words, we have a myriad of satellites orbiting around the Earth too, through which this internet is powered or data is brought down to the Earth, and then people can be able to connect to the internet. It only means that people in the rural area can actually also be able to connect to the internet at the same speed, at the same kind of power compared to people in the urban centers. So there is no parity. Both urban and rural areas can be able to access the same strength of internet. Guys, this is gonna be a big game changer in Kenya, mostly because we have a very huge rural population which doesn't have access to the internet, because Safaricom, Airtel, Jamii Telcom, Zuku, you name it, haven't really reached these rural populations. And with that, you might be wondering, how is this possible? Of course, the conversation around even having satellite power the internet has been going on for some time, and this has been happening for the past about 20 years or so, even though there is only a few companies in the world which do that. Like for example, we're talking about companies like maybe HughesNet. Even we have Amazon has its own satellite company. Now we have SpaceX having Starlink. There is only a few in the world. And this so because it is a very, very powerful and also infrastructure heavy undertaking. Because think about it, you have satellites circulating orbiting the Earth. You know, right now we're talking about, for example, SpaceX having upwards of 12,000 satellites going around the Earth to power the Starlink connections. That's how intense it is, and that's why not many companies are able to provide satellite internet. And with that, you might be wondering, you are in Kenya, how much will this cost you for you to be able to get powered by Starlink internet? As I've said, guys, it's gonna be within the range. When it comes to monthly subscriptions, it is within the range of what the other internet providers in the country offer. Talk about Safaricom, Jamii Telcom, Zuku, you name it. The only difference is that given this particular type of internet connection is infrastructure heavy, it's only gonna call for you to, as a user, to also invest in infrastructure. What do I mean? For individuals out there, it's gonna cost you 89,000 for you to get a terminal to assist you connect with the Starlink satellites. And then for businesses or big entities out there, it's gonna cost them 349,000, almost 350K, for them to be able to get the hardware. But once you've invested in that, this is a one-off thing, then you're gonna just be paying monthly subscriptions. And when it comes to monthly subscriptions, we're talking about monthly subscriptions of individuals, 6,500. And then for businesses, it's gonna cost them 13,500 for them to be able to continue getting powered by the Starlink internet each and every month. And of course, given this a US company, this hardware, these terminals are gonna be coming from the US. So also, you're bound to incur shipping costs for you to get them to your destination in the country. And for shipping, it's gonna cost individuals 3,100, and then companies 7,500. So guys, Assuming you are getting Starlink internet for the first time, it's gonna cost you approximately for individuals almost 100K, and then for companies almost 370K for them to be able to get connected for the first time. But once they install the hardware or the terminal, it's only gonna cost them for individuals about 6,500 per month, and then for companies 13,500 per month. You might be thinking this is expensive. No guys, it isn't expensive because actually it is actually within the margin of what the different internet providers in the country charge. And just to give you an example, for example, Safaricom charges for individuals somewhere between 3K and 4K each and every month, you know, and then for companies somewhere between 6K to 12K each and every month. And then for Jamii Telecommunication Limited, it charges somewhere between 5K to 21K each and every month for internet subscription. That tells you the Starlink subscription of pricing is actually within the range for which the Kenyan market charges consumers. You could be wondering, what is the advantage of Starlink, and even so, what is the disadvantage? As I've said, the advantage is actually that it is very fast. There isn't an internet provider in Kenya who has fast speeds as those promised by the Starlink, because they are promised for downloads, the speed is gonna be 250 Mbps. Guys, this is a very crazy speed, 250 Mbps. This is quite high, because in the Kenyan market at the moment, the highest speed is by Safaricom, which is 140 Mbps. This tells you this particular connection by Starlink is actually gonna be almost 80% faster compared to any provider in the market. And of course, the same goes for upload speeds, which actually almost gonna be almost twice what the speeds are in the country. You could be now be sitting there wondering, should you switch to Starlink or should you continue remaining in your network? I think this is a personal decision, but as they say, the devil is in the details. We're gonna know all the details once this gets operational in the country. Once people have connected to it, they see the advantages and the disadvantages, they see if the actual speeds said are real and so forth. But I think it's gonna be a personal decision. But if someone out there is looking for grand speed, I think they could consider Starlink, because as the website out there says, the speed is way out of competition. But also need to understand that its con is its requirement to invest in infrastructure. It's gonna cost you quite a huge amount of money for you to get the kind of hardware required for you to connect to the satellites. But beyond that, then you're gonna be incurring monthly subscription, which is within the market range. So if you're a speed junkie out there, if you don't care about the money required to invest, then you could go for Starlink. But if there's an impediment, I think you need to continue with the type of internet you're looking for or you are using at the moment, because even so, companies like, for example, Safaricom are already thinking about partnering with other satellite-powered companies. Like, for example, Safaricom is in conversation with a Texas-based company called AST, Space Mobile, which also provides satellite internet for them to also have a form of satellite internet in Kenya. So you could just wait in case you already have a system which is working for you. But if you're looking for new things and also speed, why not try this particular internet connection, Starlink? What do you think about this? Can't wait to try it and then see how it's gonna behave. Cheers guys, and I look forward to share with you other awesome videos next time. Bye bye, and you all take care.